fast forward like 1.5 years, we had like 3 product iterations, starting off with the MVP in the beginning, and now coming to the public beta, which was the next stage after our closed beta, where we validated the product with like a group of 15 to 20 curated creators and artists. So we already knew a lot of features that they required and a lot of wishes that they had in usage and in the product. And now talking about the public beta, the first great thing to see was that people changed their whole link in bio tools to use ours, and finally got something that killed a lot of other services. So it killed their link in bio, it killed their newsletter service, it killed also like a storefront for them, and also the analytics and the database, which most of them didn't even have. So that was really good to see that they had something they could use with ease and could switch off all the other stuff. And on the other hand side, it was great to see that people started selling products like after 48 hours. So that was really great to see, and that makes us happy to help people building their own business. On our website we say own your fan chain, and for us this is not like a slogan, it was like a infrastructure choice. So like I already said in the beginning, we abstract all the blockchain complexity, but we want to keep the benefits of it. So we use the blockchain to enable artists to own every connection with their fans. So in the backend, every sign-in, every connection made with a fan has a token, and every fan also has a wallet, but they don't really recognize. So in the end of the day, these connections are not on any kind of server which we own. They are on the chain, and they are owned by fans and artists itself. And for us, it was really important to take this kind of ethos out of this Web3 kind of space and bring it into the Web2 creator economy. So right now, like I already said, the big platforms, they keep the data for themselves, and it's the goal to what you want to have, and you need it to monetize yourself. And we said it's a feature to offer it, so it's a feature to own it. So why not building this valuable feature and giving it to the creators? And that's what we do. We stick next to all these big platforms and are the connector in between all these different kind of platforms. But every connection made via our platform is then possible to be analyzed. So I can see, okay, Ismail joined for my newsletter, or Daniel bought my last merch, or Ismail also has my membership. So I can target you guys very specifically with what I think you want next from my portfolio kind of. And I think this is very valuable, and we really wanted to give ownership to the creators, and that's why we chose it. It's like our vision, our purpose as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I think something that's very interesting about you guys is the way you mix Web 2 and Web 3. So it's it's very interesting how you basically integrate wallets via Web 3 and basically write membership tokens on Polygon while you advertise instant payouts with bank transfers and PayPal. So can you walk us through a bit about the trade-offs that you made for this to happen, and also the thinking behind it?
Definitely. So I mentioned that we issue wallets and tokens, in particular NFTs, for every connection or every product which is sold. So imagine you buying a membership from someone, and every membership has an NFT in the backend, which helps us to grant direct access to the different perks that the membership beholds. So on the one hand side, it's a security feature for us. So we can make sure that everyone who has access to the content is a real person. So it's connected to one specific wallet. It can't be shared to anyone else. There can't be like somebody who stole the password and just got access to the content. So this is a security feature for us, and on the other hand side, the ownership feature as well. And talking about payment infrastructure, at the moment, as we sit in Germany, we are MiCA regulated, which is the EU regulation here. So we try to enable as much as possible, but we also need to we're also reliant on the regulatories here, which are, as you know, Germany, quite stiff, and therefore we don't really offer monetization possibilities going further than buying the stuff. So you cannot sell your memberships on a marketplace or something like that. And also our payment infrastructure right now is completely Web2. So you buy all this stuff via Stripe, PayPal, etc. And this is like the most secure way. But I see a close future where we can use stable coins as the backend infrastructure for the payments to save even more money for the creators, because then we maybe don't have to pay the 2.9% per transaction, for example, for the payment provider, and we will have less friction in there, and people will get more money out of every transaction.
I think that most platforms are now, they just use Stripe for the backend, the connection, the API, and then they charge like a percentage different. And that's how they come out with 8%, 10%. And that's the way they can make it affordable for you not to pay like a monthly fee, but still charging like a huge percent. Sometimes they charge even higher than Stripe because they had to pay Stripe for the integration and the infrastructure. But also, I love how you guys are building a bridge. And I totally agree, this is a feature. And reminds me of a platform, Blue Sky. Blue Sky is a platform that allows you to decentralize your account from the main servers, completely different to Meta, due to being all the major platforms are now. You can decentralize and you can own your audience. And I heard this last year, where the future basically is that you have your own wallet and you can own your own social media platform, and you can decide to close it, to pause it, to do anything you want, because decentralization is basically where the world is heading.
For example, you are DJ or producer. Like I already said in the beginning, there's a lot of producers who don't like to be on gigs all the time because it's a very gig-based business. And also for this particular space, Spotify and SoundCloud is not a nice option to monetize yourself. So you won't get much out of that. So you really need to be on gigs all the weekends, but that's also not the best for everybody. And in this kind of niche, you have a lot of supporters and a lot of people who would support you directly, but there's not really an option. So we have one artist, for example, who just started selling sample packs, which other producers can then use to produce their music with this kind of specific sound from this guy. And this was something he couldn't do before. You could sell music on Bandcamp and other platforms for sure, but also he has like a membership for like a pay what you want membership for supporters, and there you get some unreleased tracks. So he can kick this off like in 5 minutes. So he can just go on the website, create his link in bio, and put it on all his socials and the DSPs in his bios, and there people see all his products right in front of the link in bio. And this is sounds simple, but yeah, it is also simple. So that's a good part, I think. So people really don't need to hustle through a lot of different platforms. They see the value in the first place, and also for you guys, you're selling branding kits maybe. So how you could do a branding, and you can put it in your link in bios directly in the storefront, in the font. So we just want to make it as simple as possible to go into this process.
Musicians is a good example with samples, and there's a lot of drama that's been happening recently about what's it called, like artist rights or
Royalties?
yeah, royalties and stuff like that. So I can see how it makes total sense for that. So yeah, we actually have a bunch of rapid fire questions that we want to ask you. The point of this is for you to answer without thinking too much, just whatever comes to your mind. So yeah, are you ready?
I hope so.
Okay, so the first one, kill one industry norm forever. So what's the one creator tool, UX pattern that you've seen through your research that you absolutely hate and you would just want to get rid of?
I would say the website. So it's kind of outdated, and most people don't really use a typical website to really enjoy something from someone. So there are so many platforms in between, and websites are kind of the dead end of everything. So maybe the websites, the basic websites.
Let's not do that so that I still have work to do.
Definitely.
Nice.
I know you guys were discussing on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And something to add to that, also, Colin, is like, let's say we build websites, and we also work with other platforms that they don't have website at all. For example, like Kit, they just have newsletter. All platforms that they don't have website at all. Like, for example, fr3n, they don't have a website, just linking video communities. They kind of like invest more in the infrastructure. And I think that for creators starting out, my honest opinion is like you can start that way. You don't necessarily need a big website if you're just starting out. Just start with the platform, trying to build the products, focus on that. And once you expand to different products, coaching, membership, stuff like that, and you want to showcase testimonial, all kind of things, go into a website, build more like real estate on the internet, and save some time by building a portfolio. But at the beginning, when you don't have a portfolio, just start with a platform that really help you take off. That's my honest opinion.
Yeah, I think for me, it's not like you don't need a website. It's like you don't need this basic kind of website that doesn't really convert. So a lot of people use it just like as a front page, but you need some kind of conversion. And when you have a website with courses and stuff like that, you have the conversion in there. So I think there's still a lot of work.
It is. I mean, if you have, this is another question. If you had to tattoo a KPI for the next 12 months, what would be a target number for you?
I think it would be user growth, and the target number would be monthly 40%, because this is what we're seeing at the moment, and this is like amazing for us to grow like that. And if it stays like that, we're happy.
Choose your poison. Would you rather 10,000 casual followers or 1,000 wallet verified fan chain collectors?
You know the answer already. It's 1,000 wallets, because in the end of the day, what if the followers are on a platform I don't own, and they just block me, I don't know, or something happens and I don't have access anymore.
Let me ask you something. If you get 25 millions all cash pre-market launch for a legacy platform, would you take it or would you pass?
I would take it and build something even better.
Awesome.
That's a smart answer.
It is. Actually, something about the answer. Are you guys familiar with Morning Brew, the newsletter?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
That newsletter, you probably heard, it was sold for something like 75 millions. And I think the guy who saw the newsletter also came around and he would be hyped.
Crazy.
Really?
So he saw the newsletter with his team or his company, and then he came around. I'm not sure if that was all cash, equity. I'm not sure the whole deal, but he came around. He said, "Hey, the product I built, I was able to sell it for this amount. Let me build a platform so creators can go there and create newsletter." So right now, Beehive is one of the biggest platform in terms of newsletter in that side, but it comes from a background from someone who really monetizes what is in the creator economy, something like a newsletter.
Amazing.
That's pretty awesome.
He went for picks and shovels.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something that you can succeed at, and then you come around, you can build basically the infrastructure on the platform. And I'm glad to see that you guys are building that. You're building the infrastructure for different creators, different audiences, and something that you say. I have seen a lot of artists, at least here in the US, a lot of artists like Lil Jon, a lot of them switching into membership, into newsletter, into paid products, because that's diversification. Once you have an audience, you can diversify honestly the way you want.
Monetizing the audiences, or how you say in your newsletter, from audience to profit. Just hit me up. You know where I am.
Amazing.
Sounds good.